uncanny speed and accuracy. And this is where it becomes really important for us to understand how AI is changing the landscape of cyber warfare. So let's kick off the session. And my first question is directed to Mehzad. So, Mehzad, my question would be, how do you see, what are the new trends you're seeing in how AI powered cyber attacks are happening, and what are some of the latest trends that we see in this space?
Thank you, Simi. So, as you said, AI is evolving in a positive way or also in a negative way. Companies, corporate people at their own capacity, they are utilizing all possible good features of AI. But however, threat perspective, it's learning on a daily basis, on incident basis. So yesterday or last weekend, I was just worried. Something came in the name of even a typical outage, and where endpoint one EDR was able to compromise not only one operating system, but actually, if we say, typically we say the news means, the north, east, west, and south. So this was the actual news. The whole world was under the impact of a outage. Yes, we learn lesson a lot, but think about the same incident might be also being learned by AI, and which might be very much well aware that a typical file, can create a disaster leading towards, for example, blue screen of death. Now, imagine in the name of security controls, the typical endpoints, they are having access to kernel level access. Now, it will be new discovery for this AI tool to start actually finding similar gaps to create catastrophic impact. And these AI, if they are in wrong hands, the mentalities वो हम कहते हैं कि आप वकील ना करें, आप जज कर लें. So, they believe rather than wasting time with hundred of companies, let's consume your time, let's explore more gaps under such supply chain such solution which are having very privileged access to create this type of impact. So the AI world is very scary. No matter, we have tremendous benefits, and the speed with which threat actors they are utilizing. To be honest, their speed is more than the normal people. I give you a small example. In case of ransomware attack, gone are those days that people were asking companies to pay some ransom. Now, before you launch a ransomware attack, with the help of AI, you can study the overall worth of the company. You can even study their cyber security insurance value. And then based on that, you can start negotiating rather than putting some not negotiable figure, because that will be fully backed by facts and figure. And these type of ransomware, with the help of AI nowadays, unfortunately, they are even file-less, means they are being executed part of the memory. And even investigation perspective, it is difficult to prevent this, and they can create a disaster within the organization. So this is just some of the example with the help of AI, where they can create, really they can paralyze the technology industry. However, we all need to understand AI at the end of the day, it is artificial intelligence. I remember in one of the similar incident, I said, Insan is ashrafal makhlukat, and AI is made by, ourselves. So we'll have to remain top of this and make sure it should not go into wrong hand. And we will discuss more about the ethical values of this subject. Thanks.
Sorry.
So, Mehzad, I would like you to weigh in on, Engro is doing a lot of work around digital twins and IoT and stuff. How do you see that from, coming from a manufacturing setup?
So, Simi, the manufacturing industry, I will say, was being driven in the security context while following the formula of, I will call it AG. And AG means air gap. So through air gap, no matter you don't have very good security mechanism, it was assumed that you are not going to be fair candidate for threat actors. But of course, in order to make things more efficient, plant more efficient, reliable, and getting knowledge base from the global learning, you'll have to open your things towards global direction. So there should be bi-directional exchange of information. So global, twins or these type of solutions, basically where you go and simulate plant and see whether the actual plant is running with the efficient value or not. And here it comes that security threat, because with the feedback environment, someone, if take the control, can start feeding wrong data, which can manipulate the temperature, pressures, and the overall productivity. But however, I can recall one interesting example that plants still will love to follow, in addition to AI, some very classical manual control. And one of the beautiful example, you might be aware or not, but let me share. The American president is carrying the push button to, in case they are supposed to launch the atomic war. The password of this atomic war, it is still being kept on a floppy disk. Why? Because if someone took this password, it will take still too much time to find the floppy disk reader. So somewhere what I want to say, on the plant level, intensely manual controls are being kept. Yes, no matter technology is there, AI is there, but you'll have to give still leverage to your plant, having decades of years of experience to rely on their decisions, especially some crucial decisions are required. So with this actually manual and digital and AI combination, the plants are running in a more productive and more secure way. Thanks.
Question is to everybody.
What I will add here, you remember sometime before we used to get this type of news, three suicide bomber, they have entered the city. Please take care of yourself. And we were always wondering, like, if someone is aware that they have entered, he should keep on chasing them before they do any damage, right? So I'm wondering, like, these type of excuse is mostly being carried by CISOs. The hackers are more than what we believe, and they have more and more budget. I think that excuse will be no more accepted. We have enough spent in the name of cybersecurity. Multiple tools, you can think about A to Z, 100 of tools are being implemented across banks and non-banking sector. And then the time has come to actually capitalize this whole investment with the help of AI to get very quick decision in case of a disaster. I think that is lagging, because yes, we have multiple tools, but we don't know where is the cockpit and where is the decision button, and if that can be utilized properly with the help of AI, then it is really good return on investment and kind of relief for all the CISOs sitting here.
Thank you, Mehzad. So my question was, how do we bring more women into cybersecurity?
Thank you very much to the esteemed guests. I think it was a very fruitful session. I think the last session that we have today is by Umar Nagar, who is the principal consultant from Logarithm. He has traveled from Egypt all the way for us. Thank you very much, Umar. Kindly come up on the stage.